Hi, we're Chantal and Mark. After Chantal went from being a fit and healthy forensics officer to suffering a stroke, retraining facial muscles, and learning to walk again, we decided life was worth living, so we put on our boots and decided to move off grid. We did something that most people would never dream of. We bought land sight unseen in New Zealand while living in Perth. The first 6 months tested us in ways we never expected. Storms, setbacks, and endless challenges. But it also gave us one thing we searched for: freedom. Every day we learned by doing. Sometimes we got it right, a lot of times we didn't. But with every mistake came growth. This is the story of our first 6 months off grid. Raw, real, and life-changing. Just doing a final little clear up, taking the stuff out of the shed that we want to take to New Zealand. So moving on to our obviously much nicer block in New Zealand, which is going to be a lot bigger and a lot greener, that's for sure. No turning back now. Bags are packed and we're off to the airport. We've got a quick stopover in Melbourne and then we get to see our land for the very first time. Can't wait. Alright, so arrived in New Zealand. Right, we are hooked on. We have our 1986 Crusader, just like the Canterbury Crusaders, which is the local rugby team here in Christchurch, Canterbury. Crusader caravan, hooked on the back, the little blue turd. First drive in. There's local pools. I don't think Chantal's going to be swimming.
I don't think so either.
Wow.
The snow is
Oh my god, we did not realise. This is our trees.
oh my gosh.
Guys, we thought we were looking at the ranges on the other side. And this is our view. It's a little bit cloudy right now, but we get to look at the snow-capped mountains out our window of our bedroom. Wow. Pies are a little bit bigger in New Zealand.
That's all I got.
Oh my lord. Hey? Just can't fit that much meat in your mouth, can you?
This is our new home. Just working out where to put everything because, as you can see, a little bit overwhelmed. But it's all bedding, so once the bed's made, it's all going to disappear. So we've got a wardrobe and a couple of shelves that I'm going to get some baskets for, so we can put clothes in there. And just sorting out where to put our utensils. Should be able to fit in there. Clean it out. Get some cleaning equipment tomorrow. And yeah, there's lots of storage for food and everything, so I think we should be right and we'll make a great home for 2 months. So Navarre and Spy are finally here at home. They've travelled thousands of kilometres and 3 flights and 4 vet checks to get here.
So it seems like our block of land here is a hit. They absolutely love it. built the dogs a big pen, and they were so happy to have so much space. We've got 6 trees in the middle here that we want to knock over, give the neighbour a bit more sunshine, I suppose, because he's been lacking for quite a few years, and we're going to use those trees for firewood over the next few years. So we'll stack it up. We've already got a bit of a pile going, got some dry stuff, got some wet stuff, so we should have enough for the rest of this year, which will be quite nice. The fire that we've got coming for the tiny house is pretty much a normal size house fire, just a small version. It's just going to be plenty hot enough, so which is going to be good for Chantel. We'll be able to crack a window, get some fresh air going as well. But I can't wait to get stuck in. I've just got some chain oil from the farm shop. I'm going to fill the chainsaw up, but I'll wait till everyone gets here before I knock my first decent sized tree over. I've knocked a few little tiny ones over before when I was a kid, but I've never really done a big tree, so it's actually quite exciting. So we've been busy the last couple of days. I've just dropped a couple more trees from in the gap here that we're trying to make a bit of space for ourselves, make some firewood. So trees go down, then we've got to tidy them up. So as you can see, these 2 here I tidied up yesterday. We've just dropped these 2 and we've got to tidy them up now and see how we go today, and maybe drop a couple more. We'll just take our time, enjoy the sunshine, and get stuck into it. We just felt so free working on our own land. We cut and stacked some firewood, but then it was time to head into the city for some supplies, as our shipping container was still a few weeks away with all the rest of our gear. On the way home from the city, we came up with a bit of an idea of how we could keep the dogs out of the rain.
To our local farmlands, which is a farm shop, and they had all these pallets that we thought we could use, and they were happy to get rid of, so we got them all for free. And then we had this old tin that was on the property when we got it, and so everything that you see here didn't cost us a cent. Even the nails we pulled out of the pallets and reused them. So we're pretty happy with the outcome, really. And hopefully it'll keep them a little bit warmer, protect them from the snow because they're not very bright. They like to be out in the rain. The snow's a different story. We'll see how it goes. I may be in charge, but our site foreman has final say in everything that happens. Hey, Spike. The best way to put together this shed we found was to put all the pieces together. So these long pieces join everything up, and so we'll separate all the pieces. They have codes, and then I'll join them up with the screws before we even start, and that just speeds up the process that we found last time.
Alright, we've got our line panels in, and we've done the ridge beam, I think they call it, for the roof. That was a bit of a pain because it didn't line up at all, so we've had to fandangle it to try and get it looking straight. So we'll see how that lines up later on, but enough frustrations with all the little fiddly stuff. We pretty much have the other stuff lined up so we can start banging the edges on each panel for the tin, but we're getting hangry. It's time to go have a burger and then we'll be back. Like a slushy, eh, bud? Hey, just don't eat the yellow snow, dude. Welcome to the first snow actually on the ground at our block here. Chantal's very excited. I woke up this morning, I said, oh, there's snow outside. I've never seen her move so fast. She was straight out there in her PJs, taking videos and pictures in the snow.
With no coffee.
No coffee either, oh my god.
I thought he was joking.
And the first time the dogs have seen snow. So snow dogs that have never seen snow before. They don't know what the hell's going on. They've been running around like lunatics. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it's pretty damn cold. As you can see, I've got my Eskimo wife here.
2 degrees.
2 degrees. It's not too bad. But yeah, I must admit my hands are very cold right now trying to film. Today is a huge milestone. Our pad is getting done for the house. Our plan is to have a tiny house on wheels. 2 actually. One will house the kitchen, living, bathroom area, and the other one will be our bedroom pod joined by a deck. Luckily for us, our new neighbour is the local contractor, so we got some mates rates on the digger. And job done. We have our shingle pad down for the house. It's pretty level. Took quite a bit of a cut out into the hill there, which is okay. So now we're just marking out a straight line so we can put some railway sleepers down. So we've got our sleepers here. We carted them down yesterday while Jeff was chucking all the dirt around. So we've got a great big mound of dirt there, which the dogs are quite excited about at the moment, but we're going to be using that for our garden beds. It's really, really good soil, so we're happy that we've got all that. So next job, retaining wall. The dogs were absolutely loving their new space. At this stage we were still in the caravan at the site a few hundred metres up the road. We had some new additions due within the next week or so we thought it was about time that we made the decision and go fully off grid and move on to the block. What you doing, babe? Yeah?
And pulled pork.
I
I forgot to turn it on yesterday. That's what was supposed to happen. But instead you got toasted sandwiches.
So after the morning feed, the mother sheep comforts her child back to sleep. Notice the similar fur of both mother and child. What a good sheep, Mum. Over the next few weeks, we settled well with all the animals onto the property, but we did have unfortunate news to come. So, Fluff keeps getting in the orchard, so our sheep fence is doing absolutely nothing because she doesn't seem to care about it. And I think she's getting a little bit too big for Chantal to be manhandling her like that. What do you reckon?
I'll be wrestling next to
Excuse me? What are you doing up there? We got invited by the building company to check up on the progress of our tiny house and bedroom pod. The time has come for another shed. or an offset. So I've got some treated timber here. I've got a great big log. It's not really a great big log, but it's the right size at least for me to cut up into a couple of bits. And I'm just doing a bit of a frame off the side of the existing 3x3 shed. So the plan is to make it this high, which is a little bit low, and come out 1.8 meters from the shed. And what that's going to house is the bikes, the lawnmower, and the garden tools. Then we're going to have a bit more space to put stuff inside the shed. So at the moment, can't really see in there, it's a bit dark. At the moment it's a bit full. So the more storage the better when you're living in a tiny house. So if we can spread stuff out from that shed into here, so a bit of a lean-to. It's not going to be completely waterproof, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to be for bikes mainly, and the lawnmower. So she'll be right. So I'm going to get stuck into it. I haven't really 100% got the full plan in mind. The base of this is going to be dyno bolted into the edge of the concrete pad, and then I'm going to use my pole for the front to go into the ground here, and I'm going to quick set that into the ground. So that bit of wood has been sitting around in the grass for God knows how long, probably years and years and years. So it looks pretty good, it looks pretty solid. I know it's not going to last forever, it's not treated, but it's going to do the trick. So let's get stuck in. By no means is it pretty, but we've got a little shed up, so I've got to put some sides on it at some point, and I might dig myself a little bit more of an entrance because it's a bit low for me at the moment. It's alright for Chantal, it's alright for midgets, isn't it? Yeah, she's happy enough. But it's just garden tools, bikes, and the lawnmower, as I said. So yeah, I didn't quite get things right, but it's just a bit of a lean-to. It's going to do the job. We're just going to concrete it in now, and hopefully it doesn't fall over. This is where this one.
Are you happy with that? It looks like a little barn.
Come on, girls. Well, we got 3 eggs yesterday, which is pretty good. Let's see if we've got any today. Who's pooed on your lid? Yes. I was actually on the lawnmower as the bedroom pod arrived, and I didn't realise that the driver was going to drive straight into the property without getting any sort of guidance, and disaster struck. Yeah. straighten up. Crashed straight into the tree. Brilliant. Oh, unwrapping the Christmas present. I was too impatient, I just tried to rip at it and made it worse. I just wanted to get in there.
Not like me, I unwrap my presents.
Slowly and delicately. I just rip it open.
Unfortunately, getting in the driveway has a little bit of damage from the tree, which is a bit
It
of a
did
load.
have a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see that.
But we've learnt, because the big one's coming, so we might have to drop the fence instead.
Yeah. So, bit of damage, but that's alright. The veranda's going to overlap over the top corner there anyway, so the guy felt pretty bad, but we're not too worried. It's okay, we understand things happen, but time to get in.
To our bedroom, our house, part of the house. I can't get it out now. I'll work that out later. We need some stairs. Nice and warm in here.
Did you go turn the light on?
To turn the light
Yeah, there's no power here, Wally. We could plug the generator straight in.
Those seals are so nice.
It's warm in here.
They're like indented. Oh, nice. Oh, they did the...
Excuse the darkness, because obviously the sun's just gone down behind the mountains here. But we are very happy campers, because we're not really camping so much now. We actually have a tiny pod.
We have a bedroom.
We have a bedroom.
We're just missing the kitchen, the living, and the bathroom.
Yeah, so we have a bedroom, but we have no bed. No
We
wardrobes.
can sleep on the floor.
So,
We're still in the caravan.
yeah, so we'll be in the caravan tonight still. Off to pick up the couch because the shop's been annoying us to come and pick it up, and we're going to pick up the kitchen tomorrow as well, and that'll be stored in here. So it's not really going to be used as a bedroom for a wee while, but it'll be our little sitting room lounge. So very, very happy to have it here on the land.
At least it's not
This is
petrol.
a brand new cheap hose. And it's so chemically. That's the word, chemically.
Chemically. Well, we know you're not a criminal and steal stuff.
Oh, that's gross. Sorry.
So while you're busy sucking there, we've been able to get some of our neighbours' water whose tank is overflowing, and we have our 1,000 litre water container up on the hill, and we're hoping to feed it down with the hose.
Can you go up there and make sure it's actually in the water? Because nothing seems to be any pressure at all. Go and put it in the water. Otherwise it was sucking Kim for you.
Alright, let's go up here and see if it's in the water. We have to fill up our water tank so it doesn't blow away. Alright, let's climb up in here. Yeah, it is. I've got some noise. Maybe it wasn't in there, but we won't tell Mark that. We have water.
So Chantel's onto her seedling planting now, which is pretty exciting. So we're hoping to have quite a full veggie garden here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Lots of veggie gardens. So it's not enough though.
At the moment I'm planting broccoli, and I've just finished planting some cauliflower, and we have strawberries there, and lettuce, kale and cucumbers, and then after that I'm going to start doing some seeds. I've also done some lavender, which looks a bit sad, but it just attracts the bees, which helps in pollinating the plants. So yeah, we've just hopefully had our last frost. Tiny house out of the way, just so we can have enough room to back the car in. However, the jockey wheel has buried itself, and Mark is stuck with me, who isn't exactly strong
Doesn't bloody weigh
or
enough.
doesn't have enough weight behind. So the plan is that we just lift it and then the jockey wheel raises just like this. And we can fill the hole back in.
Ideally, we want the jockey wheel about that sort of height, so I can flow back. Not always about how strong you are, it's about how smart you are. Luckily,
You're strong and I'm smart.
Wife. This might help. Fucking brakes not on.
No.
And B. This is stupid. Hey, that's not stupid, that's using your brain. You need to do the handbrake. Finally, the time was here. Our proper tiny house was on the way. We'd spent 4 months in the wettest winter on record in New Zealand, sleeping and living out of a tiny little 1986 14-foot caravan with very, very little insulation. We ordered the house as a shell. The only thing that we got the builders to do for us was the bathroom. Everything else we were planning on sorting ourselves. If you hadn't seen already, the previous delivery driver who dropped off our bedroom pod managed to scrape the tree on the way through our gate. It wasn't his fault, but we were being extra careful on the way through this time. Jay, the delivery driver this time round, managed to do an excellent job of navigating our tight gateway, our very steep slope, and managed to drive his big truck right over the top of the sleepers to put it in the perfect position. Are you going to fall off it otherwise? Keep going. Right there. Yep, move. I just want to get in. What's that? Oh, it's the gutters.
I'm gonna wrap your Christmas present like that.
You better bloody not. Alright. Alright.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. Home. Even though it's a tiny house on wheels, this is where it is from now on. This is our 8x3 tiny house shell with our finishing touches yet to come. We've got a fire, babe. You're gonna be warm.
Yeah, I spent the whole of winter with no
heating.
heating. Hey, what are you doing, Mark?
I'm just checking to see if the floor is level. So, see if we'll go with the train there. It feels like it's going that way a little bit, so just test. Oh, it's pretty good.
At the moment, I'm putting together the drawers in the kitchen. Just there. And I'm getting quite frustrated. The instructions, as per usual, are not great. Either that or I just can't read them. So I just need 5 minutes to refresh and regroup and try and figure this out. Here are the drawers that I'm trying to put together. I don't really have a clue what I'm doing.
How cool is that? Hey! We loved our mountain views and wanted some peace from the generator, so it was time to get the solar installed. After setting the foundation, it was time to build our small solar shed. We had planned this far in advance. We purchased second-hand solar panels and new batteries from Perth before moving over. Things are getting underway here, people. Solar shed built, and we now have our pylon tech cabinet in here. I spent yesterday afternoon wiring everything up. Hopefully I've done everything right. So we have 3 of the pylon tech US 3000C batteries. I'm pretty sure these are 3.55 kilowatt hours each at 48 volts, which means we've got over 10 kilowatt hours worth of power at 48 volts. So this is a 5 kilowatt inverter, which is going to be plenty for what we need. We're not running huge appliances. Just done some packaging, wrapping of the walls, and just some tinfoil tape. I don't know what it's called. Taped up the ceiling a little bit just to stop a little bit of the heat coming through. We have a 10-year warranty on the Pylon-Tech batteries, but they do have a lifespan. So I've just stepped into the shed. They do have a lifespan of 15 years if ideal conditions are maintained. So we do want to keep these for as long as possible. So I'm going to do the best I can to make that happen. It was time to pretty the place up a bit. Chantal wanted a garden in front of the tank, so it wasn't so industrial looking. The push mower for this size lawn is ridiculous. So please like, subscribe to the channel, share to your friends, let everyone know. I need to get a ride on at some stage. Even though it's hard work, it's satisfying work, and I'd rather this view than the back of someone else's house. So here in New Zealand, we have our earth on the left, our live wire in the middle, and our neutral is the blue. So once again, just talking to Sam, double checking everything before I plug this in. So it's about to go into the output. This is our caravan generator plug that I've just ripped the end off, and I'm going to crimp this on here, well not crimp this on there, but I'm going to jam this up there and tighten her up and then see if we can get some power in the house. So that little rectangle there and that little tiny house is ours. So it's been a while since we've been up here, probably 4 months or so, and before there was nothing. So nothing on the land at all. So we've put the house on, we've done the tanks, we've done the veggie gardens, we've got the trees up, we've got hedging up, we've got sheep, we've got solar set up. Everything's all good to go for our little homestead, and we love it here. Nice little hill above town. We've got the Southern Alps on that side, we've got this hill that I'm on now, and then on the other side this is all, I think it's the Hunderleys Ranges. So hence the name 360 Peaks, if you weren't aware. So this is our little town. There's only 142 people here, which is bugger all, but we've got a little pub, we've got a little mini general store, and it's just enough to keep us going for what we need, because generally we're trying to keep us off-grid and self-sufficient as possible. So a lot of veggies on the go at the moment. We've got heaps of eggs from the chickens, and yeah, things are going good. Going back in time to our days in the caravan shows us how far we've come. From water buckets and generators to comfortable solar tiny house living.
You're not allowed to use Will Smith's bucket for your petrol heater.
Just because I melted one good bucket with the exhaust doesn't mean I'm going to do it with every single one. That's the result. That's the result of using a plastic bucket for a diesel heater shelf. So how do you like your bathroom?
5 star.
5 star? Jesus, you've got low standards. Maybe that's why you're with me. From caravan to solar powered tiny house. This seemed like we'd moved into a mansion and we couldn't be happier. Chantel's out here taking selfies. We can't help ourselves when it's like this though, can we babe? It's a bit hard to see obviously with the front camera on the Samsung, but awesome sunset, awesome rainbow. Oh, it's a bit gone now. Sun's starting to set obviously, so the rainbow sort of dies off, but yeah, love our little spot here. We're very, very happy. Very, very happy. Look at that freaking smile, hey?